Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So I picked this up from Talbot Taphouse over in Ripley, Derbyshire, on the way back from Matlock. Took a slight detour as you do. And I've got to be honest, I actually thought this was Alter Ego. I looked at the front and knowing what their beers are like and the style of, and I was absolutely sure it was Alter Ego, but it's not. It's Floc Brewing. So can't remember a time when I've had anything from Floc Brewing. So a new brewery to the channel, so who knew? This is called Warm Shade. It's 4%, it's a pale ale. Idaho 7, Simcoe and Citra are the hops. Super sessionable, soft and hoppy pale ale brewed with juicy American hops. Flocbrewing.com. Floc Brewing, brewed and canned in the UK in Canterbury, CT1 3RB. And being a gardener, you know, I can totally appreciate the artwork. Amanita muscari, the fungi, toadstool fungi, Amanita muscari. As long as I remembered it right. The death cap mushroom, part of the same family, Amanita phalloides. If again memory serves me right, Phalloides, if that's the proper. I may be talking absolute balls, but I'm sure I'm not. So here we go. Put it in totally brewed glass. Not many times I'm absolutely thinking I've got one brewery and I've got another one, but hey ho, it is what it is. Warm shade, eh? Warm at the moment. It's freezing. That's Baltic I am. I've got 4 layers on as I sit here. And I'll get my belly out today for those of you who like a bit of belly. Got this scruffy jacket on, thin jacket but scruffy. Got a thermal full sleeve top. I've got my forest t-shirt and I've got another t-shirt here. 4 layers. And then I had me thin waterproof jacket on earlier just to break the wind, but the wind's just absolutely chilling you down. I mean, the temperatures are like 12 or 13 degrees, but because of the wind it feels more like about 7 or 8. Crazy for the time of the year. So as we can see, it's a lovely orangey looking pour, lemony orange looking pour, depending on which light I see it. I see the darker side of things, but in the camera it looks more orangey. Lovely hoppy tropical aromas on this. Smooth and tropical and inviting. Enjoy fresh, hops fade fast. It's quite sad, isn't it, really, in that respect? And yet, you know, everyone puts a date on their can and a best before date, and you think that right up to that best before date the hops would still be king. But obviously that's to say that the beer's still in good condition, I suppose, in that respect. I don't know. I only drink the stuff. I don't really care about that side of things too much. And these days I try not to get too far in from with bottles now. I'm trying my best not to get too silly on the collection front, and keep trying to alternate breweries as well, not have too many from the same brewery. Although sometimes, like behind me, there's a 7% stout. That's going to jump the queue. Big beers jump the queue. Oh, there, I've got some here, haven't I? Oh, yeah, I've got that blooming Hobgoblin as well. Session IPA. Oh dear, I'm not looking forward to that. I bought it just to say I've reviewed it, but sometimes, you know. So I pour the rest in there, just to make sure it's not settled in the can. And no, it's pretty much same as what it was. There we go. So Floc, I do not know absolutely anything about Floc. I've heard of them in the past, and I may well have done a beer review from them. Canterbury. Gotta be honest, can't even remember where Canterbury is. I think my brain these days is swallowing in. It remembers so little sometimes, and then other times it remembers loads. And you know, it's I don't know. It's a strange thing. I remember somebody giving me a funny look, and that lasts for days. Giving me a funny look. Ugh. Slug in the shed. How the hell did that get in the shed? Unless it's come off my feet. Oh, so I've been wearing the same shoes all day, and you know when you've worn something for 12 or 13 hours, I can feel it on the soles of my feet. Probably need some liners or something. Yeah. I don't feel it very often, but I can feel it tonight. That's disgusting. Blooming slugs. I've probably walked it into the shed when I've walked down the path. It'd be sucking on some of that beer that I've dropped on the floor over time, and I bet it's absolutely steaming. Hey. Some Imperial Stout got a bit too overly wanting to get out of the bottle the other night, or the can, and yeah, it's probably had a drink of that. He's cocked it now. Yeah, so it's right. Should be in my shed. Anyway, warm shade. Certainly is a warm shade of beer. And apart from it being a windy day today, at least it wasn't wet. Managed to catch up with all the work. I always like to leave whichever workplace I'm at in the best condition. If there's a wedding on or an event on that weekend, leaving it in the very best condition, so that the people who come to that event, be it a wedding or whatever, come and see my work, and my work showcases. It showcases the site, but it showcases my ability, and that I absolutely love. I love to say to people, this is my work, this is what I do. You know, and you try your best, don't you? I mean, that's exactly all I do. I always try my best to deliver something, you know. So yeah, a nice, easy drinking tropical beer. Nothing's jumping out at me and saying it's this flavour or that flavour. You could look at the ops and pick out flavours that you're supposed to get. Simcoe, Ido 7, Citra. But tropical puts it to perspective for most people. And sometimes you can be a little bit overly. I mean, if it's a mango pale ale and you're not getting mango, then there's something wrong, either with your taste buds or the beer. But like I say, if it is what that is, then if you're getting tropical flavours, you're getting tropical flavours, as you should. It's an easy drinking beer. Sort of beer that I'd like to have on keg. One of these days I'll discover more about Floc Brewing. You know, I don't really do any. There are beer reviewers out there who really study that, and they probably know more than me about certain breweries. Anyway, it is what it is. You know, I know what I know. certainly not an encyclopedia. I know some of the local breweries quite well, although to be fair, since my wedding last year, don't really talk to a lot of breweries at the moment, and they don't talk to me either. Whether that's through busyness on their side or business on my side, life's busy, you know. I've popped the odd comment in on stuff I see, but you know what social media is like these days. You literally don't see a lot. All I see is adverts, and it ruins the old social media experience where you're following. I follow breweries and I don't see breweries. I see adverts, or I see football, boxing. All I've seen this week is Tyson Fury and music. And to be honest, Tyson Fury, he may well be a good boxer, but his running of his mouth actually lets him down. You know, there's a way of showcasing what the fight is, but when you come out with some of that what's on his agenda, it does take away from what he is, a good boxer. And Usyk is obviously some bloody boxer, you know. In the grand scheme of things, wow. He's proved that as a cruiserweight, as a heavyweight, he's got the tools. And I mean, if he's defeated AJ twice, and I think Fury's all about having a rematch. And will Fury be showboating this time? Or will he be all business, going in absolutely for the kill? That would make an interesting boxing match. You know, I've seen some of the showboating the other day, and it's like, why are you doing that? Show respect. This bloke hasn't won what he's won without being some bloody boxer. Get down to business and see who comes out. And obviously, hopefully both come out at the, you know, okay, because it's the one thing about boxing, you know, battering each other's heads. Brain damage can happen, can't it, you know. So yeah, it's a nice, easy drinking, tropical beer. Very hoppy, very tropical, yeah. Not giving scores out, as you know, nowadays. But yeah, I would drink that again. Yeah, cheers.